Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Probably the most popular type of stove here on the channel is what you'd call an upright canister stove. This is in contrast to a remote canister stove where there's a fuel line that actually attaches the stove to the gas canister. This type of design really gives you the opportunity to create very small, ultra compact canister stoves with a tremendous amount of power that you could take out on the trail with you. We've done our top 5 remote canister stoves, and today we're doing our top 5 upright canister stoves. Thanks for watching, guys. Now, as with other videos in the top 5 video series, we're not just going to look necessarily at the top 5 stoves. We're going to do this one a little bit different. We're going to look at the top stoves in individual categories that we'll discuss. We're going to look at the best ultralight option, the most packable, the best in windy conditions, the best all around, and then what I'm calling the first stove out, basically what I think is the best stove out of the rest that I have that didn't win out in one of these categories. Basically, which of my stoves do I think is best that didn't otherwise make the list. This is our first stove. It is a BRS stove. This one is labeled Lexada, you can see, but they're all the same. I would imagine that if a Hobbit carried a stove, this is probably the one they would carry because it's so small. Dimensions folded are 1.45 by 1.45 by 2. And the dimensions unfolded are 3.3 by 3.3 by 2.7. Show you guys, very simple. Just put up these, and there you go. That is as simple as it gets. Weight is an amazing 25 grams or 0.88 ounces. It is made in China, costs $16.95. This varies. Sometimes you can get it for $14, $15, sometimes up to $20. There are different manufacturers. They all look exactly the same, and I'm sure that they all come out of the same factory in China. Benefits, of course, weight is amazing at 25 grams. Cost is also excellent. It's ultra compact. It's also very fast to cool off because it is made out of titanium. Now, I will tell you, it is very susceptible to the wind, and that's why I don't use it as much as I used to. Let's boil 2 cups of water with this bad boy and see what we get. The next category is the most packable stove. This is the Optimus Crux. You see it here in its carrying case, a nice little carrying case, kind of neoprene on the inside. That's our stove right there. And there is the case. Very interesting how this opens up. If you just see, you tilt this and it pops into place just like that. And there you have your stove. Just pull out the pot stands like that. And there you go. Dimensions unfolded are 3.3 by 2.2 by 1.3. Weight is 2.9 ounces. It is made in Taiwan and costs $49.95. Benefits, the burner head folds down as you saw. I'll show that to you guys again. See how it just turns in there and then it pops back up. This allows you to store it underneath a fuel canister, and you can get your big fuel canister and you can see that it'll fit right underneath there. It'll even fit underneath a small one. You can put it inside of the carrying case. This is not designed to fit like perfectly, as far as like where it'll fit flat, obviously, but it is designed to fit right underneath there, as you can see. I've found it to be super powerful. It's 10,200 BTUs, and it has excellent burner control. And I know it sounds silly, but it's kind of nice to have this positive and minus. A lot of times you don't know which way you're going, but it is very worth the money, in my opinion. Let's boil 2 cups of water and see how this very powerful stove performs. Next, we will look at the best in the wind. This, of course, is the Soto Windmaster. Comes with this little bag that I'm not a huge fan of. This is the actual stove itself. Very simple design, as you see. This is the version that has the 4-pronged pot stand. You can also take that off and use this Triflex, which is just a little 3-pronged pot stand. Dimensions folded down are 1.3 by 1.8 by 2.5, and unfolded like this, it's 5.9 by 5.9 by 3.2. Weight is a very impressive 3 ounces. If you swap out for the smaller pot stand, you can get that down to 2.3 ounces. It is made in Japan. Cost is $64.95 with this 4-prong pot stand. As far as benefits, it is very powerful, 11,000 BTUs, so more than the Optimus, but not by much. It has tremendous wind resistance. If you look here, the space between the bottom of the pot and the actual burner is a mere maybe 1/4 of an inch, and that acts almost as a built-in windscreen because you don't have a lot of room for that wind to come in and affect the burner itself. It does have micro-regulator technology, which allows you to control the flame very, very well. It's super fuel efficient, especially in the wind, which makes a lot of other stoves suffer tremendously. And it's got this very low profile piezo igniter here up top, and it works extremely well. I really like this Soto Windmaster. It is awesome, and a lot of times you are looking for something that needs to perform well in the wind, so it's pretty hard to beat it. Let's boil some water. Next, we will look at the best all-around stove. This is the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. Comes in a very nice, rigid case, which I'm a huge fan of. Dimensions folded like this are a very small 2 by 2 by 3, and unfolded, which we will unfold it now for you. Dimensions unfolded like this are 4.8 by 4.8 by 3.6. Weight is 2.6 ounces. If you add that case, it's 4.2 ounces. This is made in Korea, where a lot of stoves are made. Cost is a very reasonable $44.95. When you're talking about benefits and the things that I think make it the best all around, it's lightweight. It has an excellent carrying case. It has very good fuel control, although not the best. It has consistently good results in all of my testing, and it has an excellent price. Now, obviously, you know, there are stoves that are probably a little bit better in certain categories, but if you're going to look at every single category, when you're going to look at wind resistance, this has decent wind resistance. It has this little triangular shaped wind block up here. If you're going to look at stability, it's got 3 very nice pot stands. It's got decent flame control, not the best at all without a really good regulator on it. It is super lightweight, but the price is hard to beat. You're going to pay $70 or $80 for something that's a little bit better, and it's probably just a barely little bit better. That's why the MSR Pocket Rocket 2 is the best all around to me. Let's boil some water. All right, the first stove out to me, this could have been a lot of different stoves, but in the end, I do think that this stove is very good. The MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe. Folded down like this, it's very small, 1.7 by 1.3 by 3.1. If you unfold it, it's basically 5 by 4.5, pretty compact. Weight is 2.9 ounces, also made in Korea. Comes with this decent little carrying case, not my favorite, but decent. Cost is $69.95. As far as benefits go, it does have a regulator and a very good flame control. It's very lightweight at less than 3 ounces, which is pretty impressive. Better than average wind resistance, very similar in appearance to the Windmaster from Soto. Does not have that close proximity like that one does, so it's not as good in the wind. It has a built-in piezo igniter, and it has a very broad-based burner, which gives it a lot of surface area to hit the bottom of the pot and works quite well. In my testing, and the reason this wasn't the best all around is because the results that I get boiling water and with fuel usage are basically the same or very, very slightly better than the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. I do not live at high altitude. I do not live in a very cold environment, which could change that. But again, this is my video and the ones that I think are best and have performed best for me. And if you're looking at $45 versus $70, this stove works basically the same for me in my testing as the cheaper one. So why would I make it the best all around? Let's go ahead and boil some water and see how it does. Compact upright canister stoves are some of the best stoves to collect. They don't take up a lot of room. They're available in a wide variety of sizes, styles, materials, and prices. If you're looking at getting outdoors and starting to put together a kit to maybe go hiking or day hiking, this is the type of stove that I would recommend that you pick up first. I'll stress to all of you now, this of course is not a detailed review of any of these stoves. I have full detailed reviews on all these stoves. I will leave a link down to all those down in the description below, and then hopefully up here in the cards as well if I remember, which I'm getting better at these days. I use each of these stoves fairly frequently. I use my stoves to make coffee, particularly in the mornings on weekends, and sometimes even at the office, for example. The only one I'll say I don't use as much is the Ultralight BRS. I do find that it is very susceptible to the wind, but if you're willing to carry a windscreen and make sure you use it properly and safely, it works very well. You might ask, what do I use most? Honestly, ever since I picked it up, I've used the Soto Windmaster the most, but I really like the MSR Pocket Rocket 2 as well. There are others that didn't make the list, like the Soto Amicus, several Snow Peak models. Honestly, guys, there are a lot of these stoves that I really like. That's why I divided it up into these different categories, and I hope you guys liked it. Do me a favor, first and foremost, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up down below. It really helps spread things across YouTube. I'll also direct you to two different playlists. One is my top 5 playlist, where we're gonna have a lot more top 5 videos over time looking at different things, and my top 5 versions that will fit in each category. I also have an extensive playlist on stoves alone, just stove reviews, stove testing, DIY stove making, well over 100 videos on that playlist, so make sure you check it down below. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscription button, and if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos, hit that notification bell and you'll be the first to know. Really enjoy these stove videos, and I'm really liking this top 5 video format. Hope you guys like it. They're each a little bit different, and I'm trying to come up with a way so that if someone's looking for a specific product, for example, an upright canister stove, that they can come here, watch the video, know what they're looking for specifically and what they value most in their stove, and figure out which one's best for them. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.